Ka iingdorbar thau an ke jalaha ka argnyotrek nailar kala Kyntait ban pediang ya ka Meghalaya Reservation for Non-Creamy Layer of Scheduled Tribes in State Reservation Policy Bill 2024 bala terwa dau MLA ka VPP ka North Shillong uba Adilbert nongrum. Ki dukhat ki Kyntait ki la job bat omla ban penya syakmat ya ka motion bat sham lawan ra ya ka bill. Kumta ya ka ni ka bill la Kyntait da ka iingdorbar pensngau usumbot lampang utimoti di Shira hadin bala penlong da ka jing ya vote halor ka ni ka bill ha ka ba ki Kyntait ki la yo ya ka jing pun pan. Habara ya ka jing pun pau jong ka jing persyak bat ya ki daw halor ka ni ka bill. Uba Adilbert ula ong ba ka ni ka bill ka kentuna ka benta ka bhah kyrpang ya ki scheduled tribe ki beduk ha ka jela haba pentrekam ya ka State Reservation Policy. Ula ong bakat kum ki jing yo jing kain ni baka sarkar jela ka pen isyai bat ka yo ka kot jong ki babun ki nong shong shnong ST ka jela ki long ki batlot bar ki bom yo lan. Ka artikel khat nriu saw bat khat san jong ka riti sinshar jong ka ri India ka sya ka jela ban bu ya ki kendon kenang ban penti kena ba ki jing mentoy jong ka jing ai bha ka de ban poi sya ki nong shong shnong ki baduna kaliang ka yo ka kot ula ban ram. Nalor ka tau ba Adilbert ula ongru namar ki myongmut ki nong bishar ka Constitutional Bench jong ka ying bishar Supreme Court ha ka nriu la iwe majority. Kila penkesan ya ka jing trekam jong ka sub classification hapo ka thup jong ki scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Bat aya ka rai baki jela ki don ya ka bor bakin thau ya kini ki jing penhap ne bu kerdan. Kumta ban ya kini ki jing ha ka jing ya per ha ka yo ka kot ha pedeng ki scheduled tribe ha ka jela bat ban pli ki lat ha ka liang ka yo kam yo jam bat ki jing puli ki ba kham shalo ka don kam ban pentre kam ya ka na ka benta ban kentiu ya ki bakum kini ki bre ki bom yo lat ha ka jela ong shu MLA ka VPP.
Mr. Speaker, sir, before I seek leave, not beg leave, seek leave to introduce my private member's bill, I wish to make a brief explanatory statement as allowed on the rules 71 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, once again, and all honorable members of this August House. As per the Meghalaya Socio-Economic Review 2020, published by the government of Meghalaya, the percentage of scheduled tribe population in the state is 86%. Rural population accounts for 80%, and the percentage of main and marginal workers is about 40%. Per capita income is much below rupees 1 lakh. So, as per a report prepared in 2023 by the Institute of Human Development for the government of Meghalaya, 32% of the state population is below the poverty line, with poverty being measured by income or consumption as well as multi-dimensional poverty index involving factors of health, education, and standard of living. By an analysis of such definitive empirical data available with the government of Meghalaya and similar other official data, it is not hard to arrive at the knowledge that the economic condition of a greater percentage of the scheduled tribe population of the state is indeed weak and disadvantaged. Now, Article 16(4) of the Constitution of India allows the state to make provision for the reservation of appointments or posts in favor of any backward class of citizen, which, in the opinion of the state, is not adequately represented in the service under the rules or under state. Similar, Article 15(5) allows the state to making special provision by law for the advancement of any socially and educationally backward classes of citizen for admission to educational institutions. Sir, just earlier this month on 1st August 2024, a 7-judge constitutional bench of the Supreme Court, led by the Chief Justice, in 6-1 majority upheld the constitutional validity of a law made by the state of Punjab that provided for subclassification within scheduled caste category, and gave a landmark decision that states have the power to create subclassification within scheduled caste and scheduled tribe categories for the purpose of providing reservation. Here in the state of Meghalaya, sir, with a view to address inter-se economic disparities within the scheduled tribes category in the state, and to allocate opportunities in public employment and education more effectively, a suitable legislation is required in interest of the disadvantaged people of the state. Because what we are seeing over the years is that it is usually the affluent section of society, that is, those who can afford to provide a competitive edge to their children with better education in good schools and colleges, and those who can spend more on good coaching institutes. It is this affluent section of society that is generally reaping the benefits of reservation. So, hence I am seeking leave to introduce this private members bill called the Meghalaya Reservation for Non-Creamy Layer of Scheduled Tribes in State Reservation Policy Bill 2024, which seeks to mandatorily ensure not less than 50% reservation in favor of non-creamy layer of scheduled tribes of the state against any quota of vacancies or seat reserved for scheduled tribes category when implementing the state reservation policy. It is the object of this private members bill that reservation should no longer be monopolized by the affluent section of scheduled tribe category, but that the opportunities of affirmative action as provided by the Constitution reaches right down to the disadvantaged non-creamy layer of scheduled tribe category. So we have to understand that the affluent section constitutes only about 10% of society, yet they hold influence over 90% of opportunities in government jobs and quota seat for higher studies. Whereas the non-creamy layer constitute 90% of society, yet their opportunities is inversely proportional. I believe it is time for this to change and be rectified. Why I'm bringing this very important I'm moving in a private member bill, because my argument, sir, it should be clearly understand that we are here not for high level, but for low level. Further, we must recognize that it is this non-creamy layer, sir, which is the majority of population that votes for legislator to be elected to this August House, and therefore it is important that we make concrete effort towards social justice for the economically weaker section by way of suitable legislation. I'm almost come to conclusion, sir. So I learned from the Assembly Secretariat that a copy of my private member's bill has been duly circulated in advance to all members of this legislature for information and consideration. And hence, Mr. Speaker, sir, I now formally seek leave to introduce the Meghalaya Reservation for Non-Creamy Layer of Scheduled Tribe in State Reservation Policy Bill 2024, with the fervent hope that the bill will find generous support in this August House from honorable members for the sake of the disadvantaged people of our state.
Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the Meghalaya Reservation for non-creamy layer of scheduled tribes in State Reservation Policy Bill 2024. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. No. No say it. No say it. And the motion is not carried. And the leave to introduce the bill is not granted. The bill is therefore rejected by the House.